What is the point of having a will if wills can be contested? It's a really common comment that people leave on my page, and there's so much misconception about contesting wills that I'd like to share. My name's Jess, I am an Australian solicitor, and I'm a founder of Wills No Frills, which is a will drafting service. Now, whilst wills can be contested, they can only be contested by a very limited group of people who are known as eligible people. People like spouses and children in New South Wales are part of that group. Not just anyone who can contest a will. Now, secondly, just because someone's eligible to contest your will, that does not mean that they would be successful if they made a claim. For a person who is eligible to have a successful claim on an estate, they need to show that they have financial merit, that they should get more from the estate for some reason. Courts are very reluctant to alter wills, especially if estates are small. And the courts look at a really broad variety of things like financial circumstances of the person making the claim, but the court also looks at the testamentary wishes of the person making the will. Why did they leave this person out or only leave this person so much? Did the person who was left out do something that was considered disinheriting conduct? Are there any competing interests of other beneficiaries? So it's really complex. It's really not that easy to contest a will. There's so many horror stories about it, but it's not that easy. It's not that common. The percentage of wills that are actually challenged is very small in comparison to the number of wills that get probate each year. And look, ultimately, by making a will, that's the only way that you have a say over where your estate goes. If you say, well, I'm not making a will because they can be challenged, you're essentially saying, I don't care, and therefore you have no say in where your estate goes. And I think most people would at least want to give themselves the best chance of their estate going to who they want it to go to by making a will. Now, there are other things that you can do to avoid any kind of dispute on your estate, such as going to see a solicitor, financial advisor, and accountant, and structuring your assets so that they're in trusts, they're company entities, things like that. Always with financial advice first, because there's tax consequences of moving your assets from your name into a trust. But look, you can avoid a dispute on your estate if you do proper estate planning and proper financial planning about your assets, and by making a good will. Wills are worth their weight in gold if they're well drafted and if you do estate planning early. If you're watching this and you don't have a will, please make a simple will with Wills No Frills or go and see a solicitor. Making a will now might cost you, with Wills No Frills, $120. By going to see a solicitor, it might cost you $300, $400. But a few $100s is far cheaper than trying to fix your estate and then your estate paying thousands of dollars because you didn't make a will. Make a will.